webhook, pizza bot, app, yeah, and cd pizza bot app. I will do npm init here, and the package name is pizza bot app version 1, description, simple app to save the pizza orders. Entry point is index.js test. Yeah, professionally we should be writing tests, but we will not be writing now. Git repository we will initiate later, and then I will keywords author is, and I would keep it MIT. Yes, so good. So yeah, it has created, and what I need now, what I would really like now, is to start a Git repository here so that I can track my changes. Now I would want to install ExpressJs, but first I would check my git status, git add package.json, git commit -m, show commit. Yeah, okay, yeah, they were configured automatically. Fine. Yeah, so now I would, let me just check the git status on branch master clean. Now I would say npm install -- save, then express, yeah. So if I run git status again, it is showing me that package.json file is modified. It is also showing me that we have another folder, node_modules, which we never ever want to commit. So first I would just say vi.git ignore and add here node_modules again to git status. So now you see that node_module files is ignored, folder, complete folder is ignored. Let me check what's changed in the package.json. I would also want to add an other dependency for body parser, because I am getting JSON objects which I would definitely like to parse. Interesting. Done. ls, and what I need here is touch index.js, because we defined entry point as index.js, but we never created this file. And git status, yeah, now I would say git diff. So, and it's showing me everything that I have my dependencies. Now I can say git add dot, git commit -m, edit the dependencies. Perfect. I would like to switch to VS Code now, because it's just so easy to code there, but theoretically we could have continued here as well. So VS Code is now opened. I can go to my index.js and use strict. So basically the idea is quite simple. I'm going to use Express, and I want to parse this JSON that Dialogflow is sending me and extract the information out of it. Once I have the information expressed, it's totally in my hand. I can save it and I can do whatever I want to it. So I will just say constant express equals require express const body parser equals require body parser const app equals to express app.use body parser dot URL encoded extended true. Dot use body parser dot JSON, and so we define our webhook now. Let webhook equals so see, in the fulfillment, if I go above if I search here for fulfillment, Dialogflow fulfillment, oh yeah, webhook service. Okay, here. So you can see that when an intent configured for fulfillment is matched, Dialogflow sends an HTTPS post webhook. So our webhook needs to listen on this post webhook. So it needs to listen for post request. So this is what we are going to get from Dialogflow. Webhook. And we need some kind of function or module that looks for it. So just going to define something here. Let webhook equals to require this doesn't make sense at any moment because we don't have it. So I'm going to create a new folder here with webhook and a new file, index.js. Yeah, that's why I like VS Code. It's super easy things here. And I would just say here export default webhook. Yeah, we'll define it later. But so this is actually like the basic thing that we are looking for. So why did I extract webhook to a separate module? Because we would need to set up database here, other things here. So we would want to have like things in a modular fashion so that they don't mix and match with each other. CORS, or cross-origin request sharing, is a security feature that allows browser to indicate that any origin other than its own are allowed to permit the resources. While in practice this should be as strict as possible, we would relax the CORS policy now, as we want to ensure first that everything works. Once we move to production, we would make it as strict as possible. So we just assume here in the webhook we get the body, the request here, and from this body we would extract all the parameters. So sorry for the syntax, it doesn't work. It should be something like module exports equals webhook, and I define here a constant webhook equals request response arrow function constant body equals request body, and yeah, remember we had this body dot query result dot parameters. So this is what we would want. Params equals body dot result dot params. We could try to lock them here first. And yeah, actually even I would like to see what I'm getting in the body before I even do that. So yeah, let me, yeah, so yeah, sounds good. And now is the part where the nginx comes. So first let us just check if it works. So I will say npm start. It's a missing start state, so we need to go to the package.json and script. We just say start. Yeah, we would want to start a node server here. So with the index.js file, so we'll say node index.js, and we need a comma here. Start again. Oh, it's working now, but it's locally on my machine. So now we would need, and see here, this port that we defined 5000. So we need to start nginx now and tell it to forward this port.